Hello and welcome back to Miscellaneous Unfinished Digimon videos. Yay! Here we have the remainder of the 2020 first attempt to rewatch Digimon with a bunch of my friends on stream. On that one we actually watched the first few episodes. The footage for the first episode we've already seen. I uploaded that onto my channel together with my 2021 rewatch of the series. So we're going to continue on with it and show those now. Also, I'm currently hugging a Digimon plushie. So I'm a big prophetic mess, am I? Pathetic, not prophetic. I did not predict myself being a mess in the future. I do predict I'll probably be a mess in the future, though. Into digital champions to save a digital world. On the last episode, everyone fell down a hole. On this episode, everybody's still falling down a hole. Gosh, they're really committed to falling down this hole, aren't they?
This is some ride.
Wiggling fish JPEGs! I want the power to summon wiggling fish JPEGs. Also, I just love how the digital world looks in this series.
I'm kidding. Those fish are good friends of mine, and I just asked them for a lift.
And all these years, I thought I was allergic to seafood. Thank you. I guess.
Can that be a terrible twist if Joe just suddenly died from touching the fish? Patamon is my favourite. That's a cuddly toy I am currently cuddling right now.
Up there on that mountain.
Togemon is the only Digimon that's more baby than Patamon. I wish that Patamon kept its big crunchy teeth. Togemon is so good. You only see Togemon for that one scene, that one episode. You only see its crunchy teeth for like 1 second. I immediately loved its crunchy teeth, and I want a Digimon to be a main character Digimon and like stay around. That is a cute thing with big crunchy teeth.
It's the opposite of self.
It's gonna forever be my headcanon that Patamon secretly has a big crunchy teeth and just chooses never to show them ever again. The only thing cuter than a cute thing is a cute thing that's also a little bit scary. Scary things that act cute are like the highest of cute.
Do you think you put too much emphasis on appearance? Well, honestly, I've never really thought of
Palmon summing up Mimi's entire character arc in one sentence. Again, cool world building. Random digital things just exist as like growing out of the ground like trees in this universe. It's very funny.
Why did it stop ringing?
It feels like a digital world is like trying to imitate the human world but doesn't understand what the function these things actually serve. So these random payphones just grow out of the ground like trees and then they don't serve any purpose. They don't actually let you call anybody. It's just interesting. I like that. I really want to explore this world.
I'm hooking up to the internet.
Could you hook up to the internet as a payphone? It seems really advanced. We don't have that nowadays. I just love that aesthetic, like an infinite line of payphones and none of them work. Yeah, and it's also weird how you always theorized everything was aliens. It's like, digital monsters? That's preposterous. Aliens? That's totally logical. He is cute, yeah. Izzy is very cute. I like him a lot. He's very relatable too. Especially to an autistic person like me, I gotta say. I never picked up on exactly why I found him relatable in the early episodes, but yeah. Guy's face! I just find it's funny because I imagine that those payphones, like, either they are Digimon or like there's Digimon hiding inside them, and it's like they just knew this was something that humans do and they had no idea why. So it's like a little Digimon hiding inside the fake phone, just saying random stuff like, "This is what humans do. I'm helping."
If anybody's got a pink one, I'll trade. What are they anyway?
We wouldn't have.
It's funny because in later season they actually did always give the female character the pink Digivice. At least in this season they didn't.
Up to summer camp.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, what if it's like the little baby Digimon just hiding inside the phone, like mimicking humans? That'd be so adorable. I think they really need to do another season that really leans into this more, and like, because the surrealness of this world was the most fun part. They should have just focused more on that, and less than having so many characters and like making them all a bit stereotypical and like spending so much time on arguments. You haven't seen it yet, but most of the series, from what I remember as a kid, I hated it because it was all about just them arguing with each other constantly. I was like, I want to explore the funny world and see all the funny monsters. I don't want to hear everyone just blabbering on about how blah blah blah, I want this and that.
See, he's trying to call the telephone repairman because the telephones don't work. Problem is, look! Joe's got the emergency food!
What? No way.
Joe, hey Joe, look! You've got all the food!
Hey, don't you know it's rude to interrupt
Tai, our relatable protagonist, who's perfectly willing to hate and rip on Joe for being careful, and then as soon as it turns out that Joe being careful is actually useful, then he's sucking up to him right away. I don't remember Tai being such a jerk this early on. Was this added in the dub, or was he always just supposed to be a jerk?
For about half an hour.
Yeah, but the difference between being cranky and being like, manipulative and awful to your friends.
We Digimon hunt
Like, it's
and
bad enough that
forage
he's
for
getting mad at
ourselves.
Joe, but he's getting mad at Joe behind his back when Joe can't hear him, and there's being all complimentary to Joe when Joe actually can hear it. Also, can you see as a layering error, Joe is above Mimi's hat?
Okay, now.
Long. Oh, yes, Sazioni, I think. That's what it's based on, the mythological creatures, and the turban shell snail Oni. It's actually one of the best designs this Digimon is. I think, see, again, the villain Digimon keep being more cool. I won this one. Also, a snail is not a shellfish. A snail has a shell, it is not a shellfish. Shaman has such lovely eyes.
They've lost their powers.
Oh, this is... I remember this is a plot point in this episode Never Again, is that Digimon if Digimon are hungry they lose their powers. This never happens again in the entire series, ever. But it's just obviously because this is based on a Tamagotchi game, it's like, the first few episodes are like we're teaching how to play the game, sort of.
Gabumon, I don't have any strength.
It's funny how dramatic it is, too. It's like me when I miss breakfast, I don't have any strength.
Then give me a diversion.
Hey, Shellmon, ugly, over here.
No, don't!
Ty is using his power of being a dick for good. Miss breakfast, so it has come to this. This is a dramatic image of me just dying on the floor like 1 foot away from a bowl of cereal. Dramatic lighting, sad music, just me reaching out for the cereal in the ceiling. And so this is how Bunny died. Not with a bang, but with Cheerios. Why is it called Greymon when it's orange? I never understood this. It must be some sort of mistranslation or something. When I was a kid, I literally thought that grey meant orange because of this. I did not know what colour grey was until I grew up. I just completely got it wrong because of this. Like, it's funny how the littlest things can influence a kid. Also, I thought that Vermilion was yellow rather than... Right, is Vermilion red or is Vermilion yellow? Because I literally, even nowadays, I can't remember because of how it was in Pokemon. I thought it was yellow because that was the electric type town. But I think it might actually be red. Yeah, I thought orange was grey. I thought that the word for this colour was grey, not orange. Again, the enemy Digimon looks so much cooler, and in this case, I feel really bad for Seedramon. Because, like, you saw before, it had its tail was stuck in the rock, like... How long was it there? Was it like starving to death, not being able to move out? Like, it's good at least these guys help get it out of the rock, but, like... Poor thing, it's just frightened that they threw fire on it, and they're just gonna, like, treat it like a villain.
We're gonna get eaten for sure!
Or maybe it's just a fish who had fire on its tail! Maybe it's slightly frightened! It's still got the rock stuck to its tail, it's just trying to escape!
He's pulling us along by his tail.
Poor little dude. Also, I think this is the first episode I actually saw, because I remember... The first memory I have of Digimon is I remember Patamon trying to get that weird orange banana out of the tree. And I guess it must have been this episode I saw first, rather than the first episode. Also, I like that Matt is sweet on his brother. Again, Ty is being a jerk to him about being sweet on his brother. He really had a whole tsundere moment about like trying to hide that he's sweet on his brother and having to go cute blush. Well, it's a bit funny how fast it goes for him turning away from talking to Ty, then suddenly going into like a full-on harmonica solo like halfway across the goddamn island. It's like, how fast can this man run? How is he not even out of breath? Yeah, that scene where Matt is like, Gabumon, go over and hug my brother because I'm too... I don't want to admit I want to hug my brother, and that was the cutest thing ever. That really cheered me up, actually. Well, that's a weird change. I guess that's a thing they used to have, was like, they're not allowed to show family members being bad to each other. It's like, how it's like, wasn't the ugly stepsisters in Cinderella, they were originally just like regular sisters? And then stuff like that. It's like, it has to be a stepbrother or a half-brother or a half-sister. Like, no one could possibly believe that a real parent would actually do a bad thing. But no, obviously I'm living proof that does happen. Oh no, Matt has been inflicted with a fashionable scarf. Patamon is so cute and round. Still doesn't let go of the harmonica.
I don't understand any of this, but I have to save Matt. It's a little stinky fur compared to a friend like him.
Of all the lines to put in that moment in the dub, there was not a good place to put in a random joke. Like, it's a bloody emotional moment about this guy, yeah. Gabumon is so cool. That is literally the lore about Gabumon, that he is actually just a dinosaur Digimon that is like cosplaying as a wolf. You can see of how he's got like, those aren't extra arms he's got, that's just on the legs of the wolf belt. And he actually managed to successfully evolve into an actual real wolf. Like, Gabumon is like big trans metaphor, to be honest. Like, I know there's no chance that it was actually intentional, but it is relatable as a trans person. He has gained the power to scream! And to knock over an adorable Chumby fish. Poor Seedramon. Oh, his tail got burnt again! Poor little guy! Seedramon did nothing wrong! Oh, one of my least favourite dub change lines is going to come up soon.
You know, you were the man.
And you're the wolf man.
There it goes!
Okay, very funny, but how are we supposed to get...
Joe is me! Joe is me! Joe has no patience for your 90s slang. I do like this as a plot point, how like, the Digimon can only turn into their super forms when like there's a moment of like extreme friendship and wanting to save their human powers. I like that the whole series is focused on friendship like that. I just like soft, good seasons of... I'm a bloody softie, I just like power of friendship shows.
Yeah, maybe if she puts in some effort, she'll become a hard-bodied machine like I am.
Power of friendship is my entire lifeblood. Oh, I like that. See, now he play his harmonica for the friends.
Big bro, you're the best.
Oh. And Bunny's heart exploded into 1,000 bazillion pieces. I remember as a kid when I watched this, I really wished I had a big brother. Also, I was always scared of the Seiban thing at the end of it, because the weird laughter and all the children's faces spinning around in a circle. That frightened me as a kid for some reason, I don't know why. And, you know, as a kid I was also frightened of street sweepers. You know those machines that like go around and have the big brush at the front and they clean up the road? I was terrified of those. I thought that if the brush hit you, it would suck you underneath and shred you up like a paper shredder. Oh, Biyamon is so cute. They're all cute. Again, this is what I mean about how Biyamon's personality changes entirely when she evolves from Yokomon. Like in the first episode, Yokomon was acting all posh and fancy, and now Biyamon is like so cutesy that she keeps making basic mistakes like that. That's her entire personality point. And like she wants to hold hands all the time too.
Why, it's so hot I can feel the heat coming up through my socks.
Well, TK, maybe you should put your shoes back on.
Oh, this hot
Sometimes I do
desert air
legitimately
is
laugh at the
destroying my
jokes.
feelings.
That's the only thing I dislike about the dub theme is how they used to just they just replaced every other theme in the entire series with it. Like in the dub they just play the dub theme when they do the evolutions.
Maybe she's an alien spy.
Okay, that's not gonna be my explanation for all sexist writing. Whenever there's a female stereotype character, she's an alien spy somehow.
It's magical. You don't talk like us anymore. Is that how all Biyomon talk? No, it's how the big ones talk. I suppose I just...
At least the show is acknowledging that Biyamon's personality wildly changed. Well, this guy scared me a lot when I was a kid. It didn't scare me because of like who he is, but when you see like the plot of like he's like a guy he was like a kind fire demon who had protected all these little plant people, and he got brainwashed to become evil, and the entire time he constantly screams, I'm burning, and that really scared me as a kid. I felt so sorry for this guy, and especially sorry for the Yokomon too.
Goodness, where did it go?
I can't remember if they ever like revisit him again. Like, do they save him or do they just end up killing him? I hope we don't end up killing him. And he was like the first chance we had of like a Digimon who looks scary but actually is a good guy. But he's still the antagonist because he got brainwashed by the good guy, by the bad guys to be like a bad guy.
Hey, do you remember that flying gear we saw earlier?
Yeah, the flying gears, they turn good Digimon bad. He spends all his time protecting these little baby Digimon. They don't even know he's a good guy. They think he really is evil. Poor guy.
Meramon is a fiery Digimon. There's no reason he should be in pain from his own flames. That's his nature.
Like, what a goddamn messed up way to like to end up writing a guy being brainwashed. Like, he's been like tricked by an illusion to think that he's dying from his own flames. Poor bloody dude! Especially his bloody stitched up mouth too. No, his body just is the flames. He's just like his previous evolution form is literally just a fireball with a face on it. So he just sort of like grows like a human-shaped body out of flames. Oh, the animation that Yokomon's running is so cute. Oh, I'm giving a girl a hug to Tentamon. Everyone should hug Tentamon constantly. Oh my god, an overflowing wave of cuties.
Run, come on. Everyone keep moving now. Just follow the one in front of you. Save yourself. Come down when they're still.
Oh, I remember now. That's another reason why I fucking love Sora and she should have been a protagonist. Like, everyone else so far has got their evolution from a Digimon protecting him. Sora gets her evolution from her protecting her Digimon. Sora is the best fucking hero in this entire series. The series should have been about her. Sora's the best. Aww. Stop being a moment ruiner. Also, I think it's rad that like Biyomon is forever changed by this particular element. It's like her evolutionary form is like based on Meramon. It's really cool actually. It's like you forever remember this episode. Like she actually got a character development literally painted onto her face. It's so good. Yeah, I mean at this point in the game, in the series, all they knew is that oh, the Digimon evolves when something your trainer is in danger. But actually, it is that when they show their good traits. So, like for example, Tai didn't realize he was showing courage that was making Agumon evolve, and Matt didn't realize it was his friendship and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. There's a bit of foreshadowing here that in this case, Biyomon wouldn't evolve when what they thought was the situation that was causing the evolution, and instead it was love and Sora being the best. Look how fucking rad that is! And again, she literally just turns into like the bird equivalent of Meramon. It's so cool. It reminds me of like what's it called, a rock or a roke or something. It's like a mythological giant bird. They tend to be drawn with like a really grody looking mouth like that when they appear in video games. Oh, big hug! Such a well animated hug too.
I can't begin to tell you how proud I am.
They give so much low budget to the fight scenes and then they give high budget to the big hugs.
Try not to burn down our village anymore, okay?
That's so sweet.
I just remembered my tummy's ready for some.
I'm such a relief. I couldn't remember if he died or not. I'm so glad he didn't.
What is this?
Gas never insults.
I wish they come back and like revisit this little village. I want to see how Meramon's life is going. Especially because now like all the little babies know he's a friend.
Yeah, well,
We talk a lot about food.
Nah, I'm not hungry.
I'm skipping this one too. I just don't like to eat on an empty stomach.
That's so ungrateful. Seeds are yummy. I always like buying that bread which has seeds in it. If I could just buy the seeds and eat the seeds, I would buy the seeds and eat the seeds.
And so ends my biggest adventure yet.
Sunflower seeds taste a bit weird though, but I like other seeds.
One thing's for certain, for being so little, she sure has a huge heart.
Yeah! And huge fuck off fangs! And a huge flaming face! And huge claws! And then huge buff muscles later on. I love Biyomon.
Gosh, you're acting like I'm hurting the dumb thing.
Too bad your brain isn't as big as your hair. Maybe Izzy doesn't want grimy fingerprints and dents all over his computer.
See, again, Sora proves he's the best character. Standing up for Izzy and telling Tai he's being a bit of a prick. Like seriously, if you broke that laptop, he has no way of repairing it in this other world. Can you not be so insensitive? Could you imagine if he started breaking something that's like one of your only treasured items you have left from home?
But it indicates the battery.
And Izzy is such a huge, ridiculous, prodigal genius. It's like he somehow manages to get a laptop to work in an alternate dimension. Somehow manages to get internet to work in an alternate dimension. How does he do this? It's like a legitimate plot hole sometimes that Izzy can like do things that are physically impossible even for like the most smartest scientist in the universe. But I appreciate it because he's awesome. And also the most relatable character to any autistic people in the audience.
I wonder what they
Big
make
mood.
I don't know, but wouldn't it be
Izzy is the
great if
best. He's the cutest and he's the coolest. He's the most relatable.
They always have killer
And Tentamon is one of the best Pokemon ever. Yeah, big gigantic relatable to anyone in the audience who is autistic or has any other sort of like neurotypicality.
There's gotta be someone running
Big mood.
No, I don't know. It appears to be doing quite well all by itself.
Also, basically anyone who was an outcast. Him and Joe are the big relatable to the outcasts.
Dad, what are the machines making?
You got me. Maybe parts for robots or spaceships.
Somebody's gotta be.
Or this is another bit of good world building I like, about how a digital world like mimics digital things that they know that humans do, but they have no idea why they do them. Like here they have the entire factory that makes things only to take them apart. It just makes things that have no purpose because it just knows that human factories make things. That's just so adorable, isn't it? Also, Andromon is adorable.
Sound good to me.
He's a bloody zombie cyborg, and he's so cute.
Happened to him.
Andromon, one of my big
But
faves.
let's see if we can help.
It's just a busted
Oh,
robot.
he's such a nice dad, oh he is. He's such dad energy.
This big clunk is a Digimon?
As much dad energy as you can pack into a robot zombie.
Guess he got caught in the gears.
My mom really doesn't want me moving any heavy objects. I get bad knees.
Relax, we'll do it.
Right. Hey,
Again, Sora proving she's the best character.
what are you doing, Izzy?
I'm trying to tap into this power source.
Sora, true protagonist of our souls.
Fire up. Then we can
Izzy,
use
true
my
protagonist of our
computer to
souls
get some
also. Sora and Izzy do infinitely more work than Ty does. Especially Joe also does infinitely more work than Ty does. Try lifting it, you're just gonna rip his legs off.
Something's happening. He's coming loose.
Oh god, no! Poor baby. Wait, that's how it happened. Oh, the bloody black ears. Because Andromon looks so scary like this, but he's actually one of the reg. Him and Meramon are both relatable about how they're like good Digimon who look scary. There are so few good Digimon who look scary in this
It looks
series.
friendly enough. And I'm
Andromon
sure
and
if we're
Meramon
just to him, he'll
should
be
get
nice.
married. That is my hot take of the day.
Get what I said about him being friendly.
The greatest Digimon ship is the two kind daddies who look spooky. No, he's slowly advancing. This is such a cool concept too, but like, it's controlled by literally binary written out on the walls, and you can like write it in to change how the programming works.
What was that?
I think I find it a lot easier to learn binary and programming and stuff if it was presented in that
So we
way.
don't have to find out.
Well, I'm for that.
I want to enter
Or
the
we could
cool
just stay here
binary
frozen till the
room.
monster gets us.
Is it short-circuiting?
Mercy!
Yeah.
I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
Disconnecting the power. Now I may never figure the mystery out. Oh well.
Oh, I don't like computers.
Was that ever explained why that happened?
Andromon will exact
Like,
his
why did
vengeance.
Izzy somehow suddenly like tap into the mainframe and access forbidden knowledge, and how did it hurt Tentamon and then never explained again, is it?
Stop taunting the
Guess it's just supposed to be foreshadowing early on for something or other. Poor Tentamon though. And again, is he proving that like everyone treats him like he's heartless for like being hyper focused and stuff? But like he's clearly not. He like sacrificed learning all that knowledge for the sake of saving Tentamon.
We're still here because
Like,
we're trying to figure
we've
out
barely
what
even
gets
known
built
so
in
far.
this
We
factory.
know he's
So
clearly
far,
just
it
a normal
seems
kid who
designed
just
put
happens
things
to have a
together
hyper
and then take them
focus.
apart.
Everyone's so mean to
really
him.
hope they designed it with the door.
Bring missiles to position. And fire!
Titty launchers. I love such a cool aesthetic for a cyborg. It's like even his missiles are also cyborgs. Like, what is even up with his missiles being smaller Digimon? Are those his children or something? And the missiles have even smaller missiles inside them. I want it to be a Digimon. I want it to be the pre-evolution for Andromon. It's such a waste of potential that didn't become an actual Digimon. Like, I want like a main character human to like have it as a part of Digimon and evolve into Andromon.
Maybe because he's all machine.
He's clearly not all machine, he's half zombie. Are you paying attention? Is the script writer paying attention? He's all machine, especially the parts that aren't.
No hope.
We cracked the program. Yeah.
Well, this is good foreshadowing too. Like Izzy thinks Izzy thinks it's the programming he was entering, but actually it's just Izzy's quest of knowledge. Like Izzy is so smart that he makes his Digimon digivolve from like believing in it hard enough.
Tentamon Digivolve 2!
Kabuterimon's voice sounds so bored. Kabuterimon has one of the best monstrous, actual monstrous designs. I love it. I just love a Digimon that are crunchy and monstery. That's what I want. That's it. That's what set it apart from other monster series in the day. Is that it was a monster series that was very monstery.
Cut his power! Demobilize his right leg and will interrupt his energy source!
Yeah, finally someone's noticing this guy is half zombie. His weak spot is the zombie half. A badly animated CGI explosion.
I'm normally a non-violent Digimon.
Yeah, I love Andromon because he's so crunchy looking and he's also nice.
Thanks for your help, Andromon.
I hope you find your way home, and no matter what, try to remember the big guy that turned out to be not so bad.
I will never
There's
forget
one
you,
thing you can
Andromon.
count on. We'll never forget you, Andromon.
Yeah! Oh, Patamon hat.
The program's right. But nothing is happening.
Just give it a few.
Again, good foreshadowing of the crest twist later on. Like clearly it was not actually the program that made Tentomon evolve. It was like Izzy showing his like strength of character. I never noticed any of this when I first watched this again. Andromon is the best. He's so cute. He's just a big crunchy zombie robot dado. When I was saying that as a kid, I always thought that his name was Andrewmon, not Andromon, like the name Andrew. I want to see an AU about like a spin-off where it's just like some ordinary slice of life comedy about a man named Andrew, but he's just Andromon. Like a completely normal human setting, and it's just Andromon having an office job, and, like casually crushing everything around the office. He goes to get a cup of water in a water cooler and just obliterates it with his titty lasers. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon. Oh no, it's a poop Digimon episode. I always wondered, is Mimi supposed to be American? Because, like, she's the character who has, like, the lightest colour hair, and she seems to have, like, a stereotypical personality. Like, she has a cowboy hat, and she's very boisterous and stuff. I don't know, maybe that's, like, that's how the trends they used to have, like, the token American characters in early animes. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Oh no, it is a poop Digimon episode. I don't like the poop Digimon. The design is very cute before I realised they're supposed to be poop. I thought they were just cute looking slugs, but then I didn't realise they're supposed to be poop. I don't have a strong stomach for poop jokes. Yeah, the poop jokes.
Sewer-dwelling Numamon were like totally hygiene deficient.
Exactly, I thought they were just cute slugs, but then they throw poop at everyone. Like, I like the design, I like the design without the poop. And there's also a Digimon later on that literally is shaped like poop. I think it evolves from these ones. I didn't even manage to poop fast enough to throw like 50 bazillion poops a mile. Why are they throwing poop at everybody anyway? Little slug dudes were too cute to be throwing poop. It's such a weird experience. Just out of nowhere poop throwing slugs who hate the sun.
Even if they're real, you know they're not plugged in.
And just smash them, you've got Digimon.
So stubborn.
It's not like the food ceases to exist unless you press a button.
Yay, soda.
It's just, it's in there, just open it.
Cutie pie.
I forgot this.
Hey, let me take you out on a date.
I think he likes you. It's gotta be.
Oh god, no, I forgot the sexual harassment too. That's such a creepy idea, isn't it? Like, vampire sexual abusers. Like, you have to stay in the sunlight or strange people will hit on you and throw their poop at you. Who thought of this concept, honestly? Like, pink poop pooping weird flirty men who are also slugs, who are also vampires. Like, who thought to combine these 50 different things? And who also live in vending machines for some reason.
Come visit us at Toy Town.
Manzamon looked like a
What?
little teddy bear, but
I don't remember this at all. I think maybe I missed this episode as a kid. It's funny how simple his design is. Like, he's just a normal bear but with creepy looking eyes. I guess he got black geared too.
One day at Toy Town with me.
I just realised this is probably what Beware in Pokemon was inspired by.
Come here, Cookie. I'll protect you.
no thanks. On second thought.
Like, literally, I would rather die than stay with a weird sexual harassment slug.
Since I saved you, lady, now will you go out with me, huh?
So it's so reprehensible.
Come on, let's go to Toy Town.
Stop creeping on a lady and
Wow, she's so feisty.
There is nothing creeping in the idea of, oh, you owe me, you owe me a kiss now. You need to allow me to go further with you because I did something for you. It's gross.
It really
Like, them being slugs, not gross. Them being weird perverts, gross. I like their design. I came in here with like the fullest of high potential and heartness for them, and then they just throw it all away by their terrible personalities. I feel like the characters dislike them because they're gross. You should dislike them because their behaviour is gross.
Boy, oh boy, is this really great or what?
Everybody sounds like a bunch of zombies. How strange. They do. Oh well, they always were a little weird.
It's just like, alright, this may as well be happening today. Ty's hair got even weirder than usual. I feel like the twist is going to be like, Monzimon is like well-intentioned or something, and he just saw that the kids were missing home and wanted to like help them out, but he has no concept of like what humans actually like, and he accidentally hurts them. Oh, well, my idea was better. I like moral complexity instead of just the magic beams turn you evil. Because that's what it is, like, they're just caused by the guy who was already born evil, so he makes everyone else evil. There's no moral complexity to it. Devimon is one of the most boring villains. Now, the only reason Myotismon is better than Devimon is because, like, they're both exactly the same character, but Myotismon has a more interesting design. That's literally it. Every villain in this entire game, in this entire series, except Etamon, who was the most amazing thing ever. Every villain in this entire series is just really boring. They just, we were born bad, and we do the bad thing to make the bad. Bad, bad, bad. And they're all virus types too, it's so stupid. Also, it's really weird, because like, in this early episodes, like, as you see the previous episode, Andromon was proven to not be bad, even though he looks scary. But then every villain is, like, a guy who is bad and looks scary, and it's correct to be bad because he's scary.
Monzemon's hearts aren't supposed to attack, only give heart hugs, which give people such a
Heart
good feeling that it
hugs.
makes them want to help others.
Oh,
There!
I've totally forgotten the existence of this entire episode. I think I must have missed it as a kid. This is kind of awesome.
No, don't run away from Toy Town.
I am strangely entertained by this entire concept of like a really adorable happy bear who just laser blasts everyone to death while going, yay, we're all friends. Also, it's funny because in the Tamagotchi game, Monzemon evolved from Numamon, so maybe that's the reason why this whole theme is happening. Wait, is this episode going for the moral? I think it is, which is like she should trust the Numamon, because like her distrusting him based on appearance alone was bad, but they started hitting on her, and she's a very young child, and that's not right. Like, they lost all sympathetic potential once they started hitting on a person who was not consenting. Poor baby. I hope they gave him a hug after all that.
My friend, there's only one way I can truly show my gratitude.
I love you,
and that's by giving you all a
Monzemon.
real hard hug.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Aww.
This is my gift to you. Heart attack with a hug.
Aww. Oh, my heart! Aww.
Dumpling, a kiss for your hero?
Get the fuck out of this happy ending.
Wow.
Okay, that started off as a weird pervert episode and actually ended really wholesomely.
Right now.
Lighten up a little, Joe.
Oh, it's the Joe episode. Joe is another one of my biggest favourites and most relatable characters. Because his character trait is literally having social anxiety. And like, as you can tell, relatable.
Go ahead and laugh. But when your tootsies freeze, don't go crying to me.
Also, everyone makes fun of him for like being careful and trying to look after everybody.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's the thing in his early episodes, Ty seems to bully bloody everyone. Like, he starts off like making fun of Izzy and saying Sora's just a girl, and then Matt is bad, and then like, Matt shouldn't be so kind to his brother and stuff like that. And it's like, Ty is not a very likeable protagonist early on. I wonder how much of that was added in the dub and stuff. That'd be a good idea for like a second stream. Maybe we could stream like the sub version and see what's different. Also suggests me as the quality of this episode much lower than the others. I've noticed that like the quality of each episode seems to be varying quite a bit.
But what's it coming?
I'm sure Ty is just like I think Ty is just like an inconsiderate person. I don't think he's like intentionally malicious. I feel like a lot of what he's doing is like he's trying to put on like a cooler a cooler impression than he really is, and I think that might actually be in addition to the dub, because I think they were like, oh, the main character has to be more cool and gruff and stuff. But I think it fits well with his personality. Like, he's a character who's like trying to act like less caring than he is, and like he's not concerned by anything, he's never scared by anything. Because that is like one of his character developments later on in the show, is him having to face his own fears for stuff, and like admit that he has fears, and that's like what true courage is admitting you have fears, and like still going through them and all that. So yeah, I think the dub accidentally did something that works well with his later character growth.
What would a refrigerator be doing way out here?
Oh god, I love the abstract world building.
No, I don't really.
There's gonna be more Newman ones inside, aren't there?
Whoa.
Huh?
Eggs! There must be a zillion of them.
Yeah, grub on.
I definitely don't remember this episode.
For a month.
Wait a minute.
Be the guinea pig. If I turn
What if they
grub,
hatch
they'll
into
know
new
they're not edible.
ones?
Even if they were edible, they don't belong to us. That'd make us all thieves. You gotta think about stuff like that, Ty.
Like, I understand this, because obviously in some situations Joe is like, he is causing a bit of trouble, because like, obviously it's a survival situation. It's like, being worried about being impolite is like you should consider like survival like one level above it, sort of. But like, you can see from Joe's perspective too, like he has no idea what's going on, he's just trying to help, and everyone's being so cruel to him.
Someone got sick. No doctor.
And also again, the fact like he's acting like they say how you're acting too old for your age and stuff. Like usually when kids act too old for their age, they have a reason for it. Like in Joe's case, he's like incredibly worried about the pressure put on him by his family to like be super smart and become a doctor and stuff. And then he always tries to prepare, and he tries so hard to avoid disaster. He's always so terrified of it, and it's just bloody relatable.
How about salsa?
How about a reality?
Salsa eggs?
I'll
I've
have
never
mine with
tried
mustard
that.
and
Sounds
jelly beans,
interesting.
My favorite is eggs topped with maple syrup. Yummy!
What?
Sometimes I like them with cherries on top.
Is that something that happens in America?
But it's good.
Also, I find it interesting how Joe is the only one who has Digimon with a significantly different personality to him.
Why'd you squeeze my arm?
You don't seem to be yourself today, Joe. You're a basket case.
I am just trying to be careful. Unlike the rest of you weirdos, I'm telling you, you're all asking for
I
trouble.
forgot just how intense it was, how rude everyone is to Joe, when he's just trying to fucking help. Like, I can relate to this. I am terrified of a lot of things. I have to do a lot of extra preparation before I handle things that other people consider basic.
I have to be.
I was treated like this like a lot of the time too.
Why are you making such a big deal out of this?
Because it's way too dangerous.
There's no place else to go.
Again, it's also hypocritical because Matt's defining character trait this earlier on was like also being scared of things being dangerous, yet he was joining in making fun of Joe.
Matt and Ty fighting. Point there.
That's not how Matt
Yeah.
sees it.
It's also weird how they don't seem to have any scenes of Izzy and Joe interacting, even though you would think that they would be close friends because they do have similar personalities. They're both like the nerdy ones and the ones who are like outcasted by everyone.
Come on, Matt. Don't be a wimp. We won't get anywhere if we just stand around talking.
Put your fist down when you talk to me and stop acting like you can just bully your way into being the leader.
Hey, Matt calling him out! Matt calling him out! Thank you.
Ty's right about going up that peak. If we went up there, we'd be able to see the landscape of the island a lot better.
See, Matt?
Hold on. Matt brought up a real good point about the danger. It'd be kind of dumb to lead everybody up to a place we don't know anything about. It wouldn't be safe.
Joe being reasonable as fuck.
Come on.
And he's trying to sort out the argument by saying both of you have a point.
You're just a big old chicken, Matt.
Ty, you better take that back.
Enough already!
Ty, you look like a chicken.
You three? Now grow up. We have to decide.
Again, Sora, real
It's
protagonist.
gonna get dark soon.
I think we ought to
I
get
feel like Sora and Joe are the only ones coming along with logical solutions here.
First of all, we need to find a good place to sleep. Let's head for the caves.
Like, Izzy too also has a logical solutions, but like he doesn't tend to speak up too much. I feel like Izzy and Joe are like the two sides of my personality or something. And they both are the ones who end up being like sidelined by all the other characters. Again, Joe being awesome, he's like,
Not happening.
he knows that it's a stupid idea to climb a mountain, but everyone's peer pressured him into climbing a mountain, so he's like, I'll do it myself and I won't let anyone else get hurt. If someone's gonna get hurt, I'm gonna be the one who gets hurt. Joe is a fucking badass.
I'm. Yeah.
Go the one I like too. Sometimes he can be a bit of a jerk, but like you can tell he's intending to be good, and he's a bit tsundere, like he has to hide that he's being nice and stuff. I think they have one of the more believable friendships and like character development over the course of
We
it.
can turn around.
Of course not.
I can give you a hand.
Huh? Hand? Oh, you call that a hand? Watch it. I was kidding. Lighten up.
Huh?
What's wrong?
I think you actually have a sense of humor.
What?
Well, maybe not. Let's go.
So I like this whole sequence because like Gomamon is like pretending to like goad him and tease him into like doing brave things, and then like Joe is also going back. Like Gomamon can be too reckless, and then like they're both like simultaneously learning from each other. And yet Joe is the most logical in the goddamn series. Like,
Quite a team.
Actually, we do.
me, I relate to him because I have social anxiety about situations that like are unnatural to worry about. But Joe is worrying about reasonable things. Joe is infinitely more logical than I am.
Hide. Unamon's very gentle. We don't have to hide from him.
The bloody black gears, guys. Get a clue.
Cold, but you see, I told you he was a nice Digimon. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Wow, what a beautiful looking horse.
Maybe Unamon will
See,
tell us
Joe
what
has an
we
appreciation for
and we
monster
can go back to
monsters
our
too.
friends. Hello, Unamon. It's me, Gomamon. It's been a long time since we...
And then immediately a black gear is going to come along.
What is it?
Good old plot coupons.
Where?
Whenever you need a villain, they are there. It's weird how we never had a plot of like a black gear infecting one of the main characters. That would have been cool.
Gosh, I think he's in trouble.
I'll be back in a little while. Please wait for me. Signed, Joe.
Okay, that's one of the better edits the dub has
Wouldn't be
made.
climbing that mountain.
Well,
Again, Sora being the true protagonist. Doesn't even hesitate to jump down a whole cliff to save the Digimon.
I'll get it. Huh? This is crazy.
Joe is a brave ass bitch. Joe is one of the bravest goddamn characters in the show, and they keep giving him shit for being careful and trying to protect others. But when he's protecting himself, he is not a coward. Joe is so goddamn relatable, like being super careful about protecting others, but then when it comes to you, like risking your goddamn life. I don't give a shit about my own protection, honestly. I know that's not necessarily a good thing, but yeah. It's relatable. It's like the anxiety clause. It's like I can be anxious about like doing something for myself, but then if I'm doing it for one of my friends, I'll step up for it. Like I used to be that in school. I had a friend who also had social anxiety. We were both like university anxious about like going to the shops and buying stuff. And then if one of us needed help, the other one would step up and be able to do it. But we still couldn't do it for ourselves. We had to like help each other. Ikakamon is so weird though, because it's like it's a completely non-cyborg Digimon that then shoots like robotic missiles out of it.